Uh, Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. Trust me, I'm going to get into the fact that I got my NFL pick right yesterday. Well, technically I just did that. Yeah, the Chiefs won. Shock of all shocks. So I'm 1-0 for week 6. What, week 6 already? Can you believe that? So, really all I was left to do is talk about hot ones. But let's get to my low high act of kindness and something I absolutely need to talk about today. So, last night my low was I got in a fight with my mom. Not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all. I'll go see her later this morning, so don't worry. My high is I got to see my nephews yesterday, and up until the big argument with my mom, I got to see my family yesterday, and that's always nice. And my act of kindness, my act of kindness involves the argument that I had with my mom. Basically, we were going to have leftovers for dinner, specifically the meatloaf and the mac and cheese, and my mom wanted me to put the mac and cheese into the oven. But if any of you ever actually tried reheating mac and cheese in an oven, you know it gets incredibly dry. So I put a little, milk on it, right? Then you stir it up and then it gets the consistency that is usually what everyone wants. Not my mom though. And yeah, let's just say her behavior was most unbecoming. Don't get me wrong, I didn't do anything to make things better, but between the two of us, if you saw what was going on, you can tell right away, why I retaliated the way I did. I'd rather not say what I did. The point is, I'm gonna apologize to my mom later, don't worry. It actually kind of almost puts a damper on the day yesterday, but the reason why I won't is because, usually karma does something for me. Don't know what it is, but okay, I shouldn't talk about that. I gotta talk about, never mind. I think it's a perfect sort of intro in today's video because, it's not just Friday today, but it's Friday the 13th. For those of you at home who don't know the significance of Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th is a notoriously unlucky day for everyone. We always associate Friday the 13th with extremely bad luck. Fun fact, my brother turned 13 on Friday the 13th. Come to think of it, I believe he also turned 30. Anyway, so, for those of you who, are that superstitious and believe that something bad's gonna happen today, come to think of it, the last time we had a Friday the 13th was back in January. So, it's not like this is an everyday occurrence. It can't be an everyday occurrence. Although it's too frequent to be considered a holiday, yet it's too infrequent for people to, prepare for it like a holiday. The difference is though, in order to prepare for something, you gotta make sure nothing bad happens to you. Or other holidays like Christmas and Halloween, you gotta decorate and stuff. So, sorry, I have an itch on my back, hold on. There we go. So if any of you are feeling that superstitious and are thinking today's gonna be an unlucky day for you, I don't really have much in the realm of advice other than, listen, just take 1 minute at a time today. Obviously, you should try and do everything you can to stay safe throughout the course of the day. That's a given. make sure you don't get hurt or anything. But you should also, realize, listen, if something bad does happen, and you know something bad is going to happen, wouldn't that mean getting out of the way means it's over with? And then you can go on enjoying the rest of your day? I don't know. Just, if you really are that superstitious, just be careful, I guess. I mean, there are some people who flock to like any and all good luck charms that you can find. Like finding a 4-leaf clover, finding a rabbit's foot, avoiding any and all black cats crossing your path. And that's the key, crossing your path. They have to walk in front of you, not they have to walk perpendicular. Let's say you're walking up here and the black cat is walking this way. The black cat has to pass you, and that would be considered bad luck. But if you walk past the cat first, that's fine. Oh, right. Also avoid walking under any ladders or opening up an umbrella in your house. Which, you'd have no reason, unless you're actually working on construction or any kind of home renovation, you're not really going to find yourself walking by any ladder. And as for opening an umbrella in your house, unless maybe you want to tempt fate, I guess, or maybe a little kid is trying to build a fort and he needs an umbrella to do it. It's possible. Yeah. So, I guess that's my stance on Friday the 13th, but I have a Hot Ones episode to talk about today. So, let's get into it. So Doja Cat was on Hot Ones yesterday, and right out of the gate, Sean Evans talked about how originally her new studio album that's coming out called Scarlet was originally called Hellmouth. So basically, Sean asked her the process of naming an album. And for Doja Cat, it's not really looking for any kind of deep meaning in terms of naming an album. Honestly, she named it Hellmouth originally because it sounded cool. Which, respect. At the end of the day, listen, when it comes to an album, listen, not that I've ever really given any thought to naming an album, but the artist is the one making the album. They have a right to name it whatever they want to name it. Whether they think it sounds cool or if there's any deep meaning or whatever. So, needless to say, I respect any and all artists who make albums, obviously. So, whatever they say goes. Although, speaking of Scarlet, during the episode, she mentioned that, she named it Scarlet because, red is, because, Scarlet is red. I'll get to that in a second. But, red is the color of passion, and it is. But she said that she more associated the word Scarlet with the name of a person rather than a color. I'm actually the opposite. When I think of Scarlet, I really think more of, that color, that red color, rather than, a person. Look, if you're thinking of the name of a person named Scarlet, the one person that's going to come to everyone's mind is Scarlett Johansson, who was on Hot Ones, by the way. So, hell, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Those are the games that came out, last year. So, yeah, I closely associate with Scarlet and Violet. Oh, that does remind me, I think I talked about this way back when those games were first announced. The Scarlet and Violet are actually on opposite ends of the color spectrum. Of the light spectrum, too. So, that definitely plays a part in it. Let's see, She talked about how Bananas in Lemur Park shaped her as a young performer and what's a typical show for what she was like as a teenager. I mean, really all she talked about was Bananas was just like a means of an opportunity. Bananas is a club that she performed at, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Bananas was that one Gwen Stefani song. Anyway, ooh, Gwen Stefani should be on Hot Ones. That'd be something. Anyway, yeah, basically Bananas was a venue for her to start performing in, whatever. The role of cartoonishness in rap music, and keep in mind, when because Doja Cat mentioned cartoonishness in an interview, and she then rectified it by saying that really wasn't necessarily the right word to use, really more like a sense of camp, or a sense of unique vision. And that's what really all music is. Not just rap music, but music in general. There is a sense of camp. There is a sense of unique vision coming directly from the artist. In a way, it kind of goes back to the first question earlier about, Doja Cat naming her album Scarlet because it sounded cool. So, yeah, it works. She talked about what makes a good vocal fry, feeling like raspiness is frowned upon, but it's very useful in music. Like, listen, I can tell you right now, I have over 1,200 songs on my iPod as of right now. Okay, there's a reason why they're on my iPod, because I like them all. However, I will admit, some songs sound better than others. Not one of those songs sounds quote unquote perfect though. And that's exactly what Doja Cat was trying to say here. Not every song has to sound perfect. They talked about, here's the thing. Sean asked about what she considers the golden era of music videos and what the future holds. She really more talked about the latter, about exploring the idea of pulling back. And by pulling back, she meant less extravagance. But don't be lazy about it either. Less extravagance and being completely lazy would be like having a music video in this apartment building. That's what she meant. She talked about YouTube poop and how it's the weirdest YouTube rabbit hole. YouTube poop is something I haven't heard about in years. But anyway, let's see. The elevator pitch for a cooking show. Because believe it or not, Doja Cat actually kind of wanted to do a cooking show. Although, really for her, it would be about making sandwiches. Sandwiches. Okay. Okay. It's funny. Okay, now we get to the bomb question. And it's really interesting that Sean would ask this of all things, because it's the bomb, and you need to cool off. Which was a great segue into the question, because whatever Sean Evans has done after a hard workout, one thing he likes to do is take a really cold towel and rub it on top of his head. And he knows that a lot of people aren't going to be able to do that. Basically, what is the most welcome benefit of going bald is what Sean asked, which, first of all, shout out to any and all bald people who are comfortable with being bald. I am not gonna lie, I do not think I'd be able to handle it. My computer's about to go black right there. So, if you are bald and you are happy being bald, you guys rock, okay? Bald people are cool. I want to stress that part. I could never do it. I like the fact that I have a modest, short hairstyle that I get cut every 100 days. Like my hairstyle works. That's just how it is. Nothing wrong, and there's nothing wrong with being bald. There's nothing wrong with having a head of hair. What works for you is what works for you, and don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay? Good. With that being said, though, yeah, Doja Cat has really short hair, but I would still call it pixie cut territory. She still has hair on her head. Sean Evans is completely bald, though. But I do like Doja Cat's answer. Oh my God, what if what Doja Cat had on her head was a wig? I'm sorry. What if that actually was a wig? I'm sorry. I am real sorry. Doja Cat, on the very slim chance you're actually seeing this, I am sorry. If you were in fact wearing a wig yesterday, I apologize. It really fooled me, okay? It really did. I'm sorry. Very sorry, okay? But I loved your answer. It's as if I'm actually talking to her. She's not going to see this. I loved her answer about, now that she has gone bald, she can actually focus more on what she's wearing rather than about her hair. That's brilliant. That's actually a very brilliant answer. Okay. So also, Doja Cat likes video games. Okay. But what video game has the best original music? Her favorite music is Barbie on the GameCube, but before she mentioned that, she mentioned Crash Bandicoot. Dude, she thought Crash Bandicoot's music is awesome. Yeah, it is. Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot music kicks ass, dude. Oh, man. Love Crash Bandicoot. Oh, yeah. And then Sean asked, one's gotta go. Fusion Frenzy, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, or Earthworm Jim, and she picked Fusion Frenzy. I guess because Fusion Frenzy is an incredibly hard game, I suppose. And for the bomb, Sean asked her to draw a monster doodle inspired by her experience with the Wings of Death. I guess if I could describe the monster itself, it's as if she put a frog, a crab, and a person all together, and that's the doodle. What can I say? I'm not an artist. Doja Cat. Now she's an artist. And her episode of Hot Ones was awesome. So, shout out to the good folks at First Aid Feast, Sean Evans, Chris Schoenberger, Camera Guy Bill, everyone who works at Hot Ones. To make that episode happen, you guys were awesome. You killed it as per usual. Doja Cat, you were awesome. Mad respect for you and all you do. And yeah, this is just a great episode altogether. I hope you all like this video. If you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm Derek Home on today's video. For all you guys watching Joe video, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, you let me know direct. I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.